It's okay to rent when you are starting out, when you are in your early 20s and when you are in your early 30s. It's okay to rent, but eventually you gotta start buying stuff. To the people who have not watched the movie The Founder, it is a movie that I would like my viewers to watch it because it gave me insight from a big company, from a Fortune 500 company such as McDonald's, that even they cannot make profit without buying. It's okay to start out. Some of the businesses in Japan have been there for 500 years. And you know what, in reality, what is their unique selling proposition by since 500 years? It is that they own the real estate. And it's true with everything. You can go to hotels, but I would rather buy a timeshare from Hilton rather than just paying for the hotel, because it's ownership that makes you rich. You have to acquire assets. If you look at all the billionaires, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, they are buying farmland. So how are they doing that? I am sure they don't want to start farming at this age. They are doing this to own the real estate. And once you start ownership, that is very, very important. Now, if you are planning to travel or you are a regular traveler, it's impossible for you to have real estate in every state or city. It would be good if I had the house in places that I regularly visit to. But if I don't, I would rather buy a Hilton timeshare. I wouldn't buy Hilton rooms. Why? Because that is the ownership. I get those points, I get those benefits and the upgrades by owning the piece of Hilton. And that's true with business as well. It's okay to start out by renting, but eventually you gotta start buying out the real estate. And that's what the model of McDonald's is. McDonald's is not lending you the franchise unless you own a piece of real estate. They won't let you have the franchise. And that's what they understood very, very early when they were just starting out. They understood that the profit cannot be made unless you are owning a piece of real estate. Now you cannot, I know the real estate is overpriced in most part of the world, but unless you own it, there's no fun in renting a Lambo for a day. Fun is in owning. You have to own it. Every Joe can rent a Lambo for a day. It doesn't make any difference. Difference is in owning it and renting it. And that's not because of an ego or some kind of a thing that I feel. It's because I have seen businesses go bankrupt and I've seen businesses flourish. And difference, they might have the best entrepreneurs, they might have the best minds working for them, but the difference is the ownership. So the Small Business Association of the United States tells me that 90% of startup fail. 10% of the startup fails within the first year across all the industry. Failure is most common for startups during year 2 through 5, with 70% falling into this category. So 90% of all the startup fails. And the reason is that, there's a guy who is owning his shop, he can cut his expenses, but he can still stay. Staying power is very, very necessary. It's almost essential to run a business. You might be profitable today, but let's say you have a very, very successful restaurant and you are getting all those sales, and something like COVID comes and your sales suddenly drop. Your rent would not drop. You still have to give the rent. But compare this with owning a real estate. If you had the shop, you can just stay. Whenever the situation solves, you'll be back. And you won't have to pay the payrolls. You can always let go of the employees. No one wants to, but you can always let go of the employees. You don't have to order raw materials. The basic and the most prominent cost is of ownership. So once you get successful in your journey as a businessman, I would strongly suggest you to buy the real estate, buy the real assets. This watch is a real asset. Get real assets. And that's what billionaires are doing, and that's what every successful man on this planet is doing. Do not think about the experiences. Never rent a Lambo. Try to get it. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you find it insightful. And yeah, bye-bye from this beach town. Thank you.